we're going to talk about surviving amidst the storms as singles. You helped me, Ndamrelo, by defining singles, because I used to hate that term, single. I'm not a single, I'm happily married. So yes, I'm blessed. I'm happily married. I have Mufarisi omfanelao. Helper suitable is not a perfect person. It's a person who is suitable for you to make you be the best you can be. Amen. So if he was somehow different from what he is, I don't think I'll be where I am. Yes. So that's why sometimes when people say, oh, perfect, then they think, oh, just no. God will give you a companion who will assist you in reaching where you are supposed to be. Sometimes it might be like, it's like these storms or whatever, but when God says everything happens for good to those who love God. So some of the things when you look back, you say, yeah, it's good that happened. If that didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I am. Yeah. It's good that happened. Because sometimes you just say, this is terrible. But later when you recall, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have reached here. I remember the other time, I just want to share something like, most of the time things happen and you think, oh, this is so horrible. Because I'm talking to people who might be single, others single by choice, others single by nature, others single by what they have met to make them to be what they are. But if you think everything happens for good for those who love God, you will understand that. I remember somewhere while I was still at Siloam Hospital as the nurse, the best nurse one can meet, I incidentally knocked a child. And knocked the child while my car was running at 20 or 40, I think. The child just come from nowhere after the bus, and I just said, somebody said, oh, it's my child. Then I said, if it's your child, please come, let's take the child to the clinic. We took the child to the clinic, and the child was talking and deteriorated in front of me, and eventually the child died. That was terrible and horrible, and I know myself as having resuscitated a lot of people to life, but that's one I couldn't. I was doing all I know, and people until doctor said, oh, your Sister Helen, I was still Sister Helen, just stop, this child is gone. And I didn't understand. But later when I look back, I realized that if that had not happened, I wouldn't be where I am today, because it was like I'm stuck with Siloam Hospital. Yes. I couldn't move anywhere. But every time when I look at entered Siloam, I would see something in my car, oh, the blood. And then I enter the casualty, I want to resuscitate somebody else. I just remember that child. Sure. And it makes me feel like, okay, if there's a position somewhere, I have to move. I moved to Univen where I met about Dr. Rabozura and the rest. Then at Univen, I was working the best I can be, because my motto is do the best you can wherever you are. The rest, God is seeing. Yes. So I was doing that, but I could not be promoted with several reasons which made me not be promoted. The one of it was you are having LGBTIQ. People don't even understand some of that. It's lesbian, gay, transgender, intersex. And so I was supporting those children because I knew if I want to prevent HIV and we are leaving them outside, I'm not going to reach my goal. Because they won't come to the clinic, they won't get a protection, they will live after 9 life, where during the day they will be heterosexual. After 9 they will be dating your children, your husband, and whoever. But if you support them to live, to be themselves, to support people doesn't mean that you are condoning what they are doing, but you are supporting them that they're still human beings. And the moment you show them love, some in the process, if it was staged, they end up changing. Amen. If it was not staged, like transgender, when you are created like a man and a female, you cannot there to change yourself. That's how God has created you. So those were some of the things which have contributed to me not to be promoted. Then I ended up coming to UNISA, where I met now Dr. Rabuzulu. So I left Dr. Rabuzulu, I met Dr. Rabuzulu. But I think that's where I grew. Like, if people even say, if there's a position and Prof. Azwi is applying, just forget that you'll get it. And they say, what is your secret? I say my secret is trusting in God. Amen. So that was that. I think it was a starter. But now let me come to surviving amidst the storm. You might think that I've made the storm, ne? Yeah. Whatever I was saying was part of storms in life. Amen. So as human beings, I'm not saying as singles, because in front of God we are all singles. So sometimes when you say the conference for singles, I sometimes you say, maybe just say the independent individuals. Because the reality is, everybody is single. In front of God, we are all single. When God speaks to me, like what Ndamu says, it won't be Ndamu and the wife. Yeah. It will be Ndamu. That's right. And everything, life will just have companion. But the issue is, you are not different from anybody by not having a husband, by not having a partner, by not, you are just yourself. Those people are just our accompaniment. Hey, just our escort. But as an individual, you are an individual. And now, some of the storms which we meet, they're personal storms where we undermine ourselves. We just think, I'm incomplete without a husband. You are complete with you and God. Amen. That's number one. Amen. So when you start to say, I'm incomplete, I can't go somewhere because people will be having their husband, I can't, you are starting to block yourself in. That's some of the internal storm which people do. Some of the storm, whatever is happening in the family, you just think it's because I don't have a husband. Yeah. When the child starts to misbehave, no, it's because I don't have a husband. If my husband was here, the child was behaving. How many children are misbehaving whose parents are all there and even people of God, but you still find their children misbehaving? So the moment you take everything which is happening around you and you link it to your singleness, you'll always be depressed, because life will be about you. Even if maybe a neighbor come and say, your dog has eaten my cow. You know the dog eating a cow. I don't even know if it can swallow it. But what your husband will say, no, they're doing this because I'm alone, I'm single. Then go also to other people's houses and do the same. So don't even judge yourself because of where you are. You are yourself. Because sometimes you find that even when people are talking, passing, no, they're just saying that I don't have a husband. That's why they're saying like that. My children are behaving like that. My ex-husband's in-laws or whoever, they're behaving like that. At what situation? when your subordinates are not respecting you, you start to say, maybe because I'm not married. It has nothing to do with your status. It has to do with the life we are living in today, the diverse world.
Amen.
So just shed the singleness, if that's there, and be the individual who is living. And also, sometimes we bring ourselves storms by issues of exaggerating situations, which are the worst thing, where people turn the molehill into a mountain. Molehill, those who are vendor or lifuko, where something just did something and you see a bit of soil, that's a molehill. But people will turn it into the mountain. Where maybe your child is slightly late from home, you start to say he's involved in an accident. No, he's drunk. No, he's with a boyfriend. No, this and this is happening. No, this and this is happening. So you exaggerate every situation, and that is going to stress you. You will be so depressed, where you find that you lose even interest in doing anything in your life. Waking up will be a mission, but while you are not even fast asleep, you can't wake up, but you can't sleep because of taking the situation, which are just minor things, and you make your own conclusion. That becomes a problem. So I'm just going to tell you, or to guide you with the tips. I was just thinking maybe we can just discuss these ones. Or how do we survive? The first thing is, wherever you are, enjoy where you are. If you are single, you are a widow, enjoy it. If you are not married, enjoy it. Ndamu has spoken about ask. While you are waiting, you shouldn't be drowning and say, yo, my God, where will it be? And you stop living, waiting. No, I'm waiting for God to give me a man. Before He give me a man, nothing will happen. I'm waiting for God to supply. When the God is not yet, you stop living. Now I've learned, and I think that will also help you to survive in the moment and make the best I can. Previously, I used to have very long hair, and I enjoyed that long hair. Every time I would say, my hair is big like that. And as we grow, when we start to have some operations and hormonal imbalance, the hair starts falling off. I didn't cry and say, I'm going to hide my hair. I just decided to let me do the cheese scalp. And I enjoy that cheese scalp. And people now, when they're having cheese scalp, they just, Prof, we've joined you. Prof, we've joined you. Because I didn't say, what will people say? Because that's what makes most of people live in the midst of storm. You want to do something, you want to fly, you believe you can fly. But people will say, I'm squandering the money of my husband. So I'm supposed to dress well, but I can't. Enjoy, and I forget to say, what will people say? Now people might say, she's so well dressed. I will laugh because I had an injury of the toe last year. And I was on crutches, after crutches, and not yet comfortable with heels. So I just bought these shoes, and now I'm enjoying my flat shoes, meaning that wherever you are, enjoy it while you are there, while you are waiting to go to another area. I'm trusting God to be completely healed, to put on my heels. But now when I'm here, I'm making it so admirable, so comfortable to put on flat shoes, which is even less than 100 rand, to put on earrings. So I'm enjoying that. Whereas while I'm putting on my heels, I know my shoes should be 1,000 and above. But now I've just come to this and enjoy. What am I saying? Don't sit down, mourn, grumble, and wait for solution to come. While you are still in the storm. Enjoy doing that. You know what the eagle do? The eagle will never wait for the storm to pass. But while there's the storms and the storms, the more the storms are west, they just fly, soar and soar and soar. And people will even say to you, but this is how the children are behaving. This is how the husband is behaving, or the in-laws are behaving. This is what I'm meeting in the work situation. This is what I'm meeting in the world. We have ESCOM now. We call it HCOM. You'll find you stressing. No, this load shedding, I can't even do anything. You can sleep. You can sleep. Instead of complaining, you sleep. And you wake up when the ESCOM is back and do what you're supposed to do. Who told you that you are supposed to only cook between 4 and 6 and eat? You can make your own pattern of saying, you know what, when you come back 6 o'clock, we sleep, all of us. 10 o'clock, we wake up, we start cooking. And you enjoy, not like, no, I'm running, electricity will soon go away. Electricity will soon go away. It's not going to be solved, the ESCOM, anytime soon. And you'll be stressed because people are just stressed about load shedding. But when you know at 2 to 4 it will be gone. That 2 to 4, use it to something which doesn't need electricity. And enjoy your life. But we're stressing. Stressing unnecessarily. When things are going wrong, you ask, like what Ramu have said. You seek for solution for that. God will not respond and answer everything for you. You go out. You look for solution, possible solution. Chivanda Chili. We help the cow which is trying to help itself. But if you want to settle in the mud and mourn your singleness, it will never be solved. Even the young ones who are there, if you are single and you just say, no, I'll wait for Mr. Right to come from heaven. But people who stay in heaven are angels. They don't need girlfriend, they don't need wife. People are here on earth. And other people, they are just stressed by saying, you know what, I have somebody who has the pattern of the husband he needs. He will describe him, loving God, pastor life, whatever. Then you see that man as an angel, and say, you know what, you will wait until the end of the world. Sometimes you just say, God is going to provide. Sometimes people think they will see somebody who is like, oh, sometimes the person is coming to be your assignment.
Oh yes.
The assignment which you need to mold, to make the person to be the best he can be. We also had assignments, some on the life, and it was an assignment. But in the right time, last time during my 60th birthday, I was just surprised to say, I have a new ring. Oh.
After how many years?
Assignment complete. But I'm just saying, sometimes we need things our way when God have things His way. My husband was sharing about how he was proposing me. I was refusing completely. 100% of saying, nisokompengela, basokompengela, like that you are not retired.
Don't be mad on me.
When you are not of my standards. I will even check your size, check your status, check your people. Because now I thought, as a nurse, I'm going to be dating a doctor, somebody of that status. But I just think if I dated a doctor, I would have been a housewife dependent on him.
So tell them what you dated.
A policeman. A policeman, who didn't even have, starting with the Handavel, and we started together. We built together. We can probably say our house, our home, our whatever. But others will just say, no, we need somebody who is of this. And we stress and stress and stress, just making our own unnecessary storms. So don't create your unnecessary storms. Let God lead you.
Yes.
And when God leads you, it will not be of people's standards.
Yes.
Amen.
It will be of God's standards.
Amen.
But we are stressing unnecessarily. And some of the sometimes they say, dynamites come in small packs. So you may find that that is wrapped. Most of the beautiful things, the wrapper is so unlookable. It is so unlookable. But at the end, God will just want you to unroll, uncover, peel. Like when you are peeling the onion, sometimes you feel like, ew. But towards the end, you will reach the core of where you want to be. Amen. So, also to people who are a bit elderly, you may find that you have this stony child, you have this stony sister-in-law, you have this stony ex, you have this stony whatever. Just be patient, peel bit by bit. Some of them will be thorny, but towards the end, you will end up having what you want to have. Saying, never give up, relax, enjoy the ride, not waiting to reach the destiny. Because most of the people are so frustrated in the storm, and becoming so depressed, so stressed, so emotional. When somebody greets you, you don't even know how to respond. When people are saying something, before they finish, you already have a conclusion. These people bad dereda. Whereas people were just saying something. When people say, you're so well dressed, they say, yeah, they're mocking me. You are even unable to say thank you for this, because you just feel like everything is about you. Let it not be about you. Just live your life and forget stressing yourself, where at the end you'll end up even thinking of hanging yourself. And when you try that, you know what does it mean? You will die and be so embarrassed when you reach the grave. You find people who wanted to live so much, but they couldn't due to their health, due to whatever. And some people are still worried, why did he die so young? Why did he die at that age? Why did he die of accident? Why did he die of whatever? So instead of moving forward, you are saying why? But you didn't say, why did I meet him? You just met him. So he just left, but continue to live. Thank you.